A better free kick system. Since FIFA 20 we can just put a circle on the goal and get a shot out of it. It's not that creative. In the older editions of FIFA you could just aim the camera and get something really creative done, but these days it doesn't require much skill. You put a circle on the goal and something random happens. So I would love to have a better free kick system. The practice arena refresh. Okay, this is something that triggers me every year. I don't know why they just copy paste the practice arena. People go there every year and practice, man. Just change the stadium at the back. It has been 3 years since the stadium has been the same. It's the same grass backyard where Alex Hunter used to play, and I don't really like playing here. Please change it. The Ultimate Team card design refresh. I don't know if you've noticed, but in the past 3 to 4 years they don't really change the card design as such. It is like a shield. It looks like the same. What they change is the background. They don't change the country or the label size. They can do so many creative things. There are so many designers online recommending them stuff, but the card doesn't change. A scoreboard refresh. How many years it has been with the same little scoreboard inside Foot Champions, inside Squad Battles. This requires a refresh, man. If you don't remember, back in the day FIFA 11 had one of the most beautiful scoreboards, and then FIFA 12 changed, and then FIFA 13 changed, and 14 changed, and 15 changed. But what is happening in the last 3 years, I have no idea. Changing the commentary team is I would love to see in FIFA.
Balotelli, Aguero!
Even though Martin Taylor stayed for over 10 years and they just upgraded it.
And that is a free kick artist at work.
This guy is repetitive and I would love to see a change in this department. The World Cup mode. If there's a World Cup mode inside FIFA 23, according to all leaks, make sure it has all national teams, make sure it has a better menu, make sure it gives us the feel like in 2010, getting the same reskin of FIFA Ultimate Team card system where you can just put anyone from any continent and make a mashup team is nice, but it's getting repetitive. Something new will be welcome. Please give us back the set piece creator. This thing was beautiful back in the older FIFAs. You could create some really nice set pieces with it. Just give this thing offline. If you don't want us to use it online and break your game, just give it for courier mode at least. It's such a nice thing to use and satisfying to pull off. Please give us back our practice match. Any of you remember this? This thing was really good for new players. You could just go in and play as many things as you want. There's no scoreboards, no time limits. You could just play normally like practicing football games. There's a feature called dive inside PES and it has been there for a long time. You can dive inside PES and this is something I would love to have inside FIFA. I know this is something that would be completely abused, but having a dive button really makes sense because diving is a big thing inside football and people do it every now and then. And this is something that you can use to fool the referee. It was there back in FIFA 2003, but it was removed later on. So diving is something I would love to see in the game in the near future. Stretcher cinematics. This is something I've been advertising a lot. I've been making a lot of pictures, thumbnails, and even a lot of artwork regarding this. Adding a cinematic where players get carried away on stretchers would add some really big elements to injuries. Generally these days we just have one cinematic where the player goes down and he puts a hand on his face. That's all we have when it comes to injuries in FIFA. Adding stretchers, ambulances, media newses will help this game, showing that this game is actually a sport. So showing this stuff is really nice. A courier mode refresh. We have just been getting updates and updates and updates for so many years, and even PC modders can make a better courier mode than these guys. So I would love to have a courier mode upgrade, something that's really online, something, man, just something refreshing, something like a global transfer network from FIFA 16, but something really better than what we have right now. Refreshing the corner system. When this technique was added back in FIFA 17, I hated it. It is easy to use for anyone coming new to the game, but trust me, over the period of time, there are so many glitches regarding it. The ball never goes to the circle where you put it, it always goes around it. Back in the days when you could just aim your ball and get something out of it was much more satisfying and felt more realistic, like you're playing football. Just give us back 11v11 like in FIFA 12. 11v11 is something that we would want. We would love to go in as a lobby. We wouldn't want getting 11 friends in pro clubs and then 11 enemies in pro clubs and then playing against them for a match. It's so difficult to organize for anyone. Just give us back the feeling of playing as a kid in the park. You could just go in a lobby and play with some players that are playing on the field. So that is what I want back. 11v11, simple stuff. The position modifier change. This system is inside FIFA 23 according to the leaks, but this system needs to go right now. You can't play left wingers as strikers, you can't play CDMs as center backs. This system needs a change. Please combine Volta and Pro Clubs. It's the same thing and I would love to see a merge between them. Let Pro Clubs players just play Volta as a game mode inside Pro Clubs. It will be so nice for the game mode as Pro Clubs. You can even monetize it and it will be a better place for everyone.
The next feature I'll talk about is crossplay. This adds up to the thing I just said. If the game is crossplay, and the game is divided right now in so many consoles that people are split up when it comes to the community. If the game becomes crossplay, people can play it on PC, people can play it on Xbox, and they can play against each other. This helps each and every mode, this helps each and every player out there, and it's much easier to access for everyone. So crossplay for Pro Clubs, for Ultimate Team, and for each and every mode, not just one selective mode, is what we need. The next feature I would like to talk about is free to play. If this game ever turns into free to play, or Ultimate Team ever turns into free to play, it's gonna be really amazing for the community. The game right now is split between multiple consoles and people can barely buy a PS5 in many countries. So getting a free to play version for a PS4 or a PS5, even on the PC, increases the availability of the game, increases the player base, and football is a worldwide sport with a World Cup this year. So getting a free to play mode in this game will completely change the space of FIFA gaming online. I would love to have more next gen elements in the game. Last year completely changed the game by EA Sports. They added so many cinematics and made the game a next gen documentary. This year I would love to see more cinematics, players coming onto the pitch. I would love to see some fans running onto the pitch, some really nice celebrations, new camera angles, and stuff they added last year was completely appreciated by the next gen community, and even the old gen community got something to appreciate for and to look for when they buy a new next gen console. So adding some more next gen elements to the game would be really good for the game. Hard fouls and rash fouls. The fouls in the game have always been very soft when it comes to, it's just a simple animation. People get tackled, there's a plus sign that comes on the head and people get fouled. That's all that happens, people get injured. But there are something that I would love to see. People really fight and take it to aggressive nature when it comes to football. So having hard fouls, rash fouls, and even UFC fights, who's denying that? This is a very aggressive sport, is really nice for this game. If you guys ever remember, there used to be a feature in the game called classic kits. These are the kits that were available from the 1980s and the 1990s, and there were some really good designs back in the day. And if this is back in the game, we would really enjoy those old Manchester United kits and the old Arsenal kits, which look really clean. I would love to have a pre-match show or something in the halftime to add more elements to courier mode maybe. These kind of cinematics do exist in NBA and they're highly appreciated in those games. So having something like that in football, seeing players talk about stuff that happened in the last half is really appreciated. I know we have something like Alexander interviews, but something like that which is more extensive towards the media side would be really good for the career mode or even kickoff. Lastly, I would love to talk about a stadium editor. FIFA and football generally is a sport where the stadiums is where the fans are at and people take care of them really nicely when it comes to other games. Even UFL is creating a stadium creator. Stadium creator does exist inside Ultimate Team, but the stadium creator we get inside career mode is not that full-fledged, and I would love to see some really good options when it comes to stadium creation, since this stuff actually exists inside Football Manager and other games, and it's completely appreciated because stadium is a place that people really like to customize. So I would love to see a new stadium editor in the game. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. FIFA 23 news rally is about to start. Leaks are getting out, people are getting excited. So if you want everything on your fingertips, this channel is the way to go. Like, subscribe, and peace.